For sale, Keir Starmer and the price of power. Right then, pull up a chair, mate. Let's have a word about something no one's supposed to open their gob about in polite company. Keir Starmer is for sale. Not metaphorically, I mean it. Bought and paid for at a price tag that'd make even the Tories blush. It is all unraveling for Keir. Who would have guessed that making enemies of the two countries with the best spies, other than of course our lot, would lead to getting exposed? One cannot ignore the timing of the corruption that is only now coming to light. Starmer's squeaky clean image was carefully contoured to make us think that the country was in safe hands with the law-abiding head of the Crown Prosecution Service, but now we know it was just bloody propaganda. Segment 1, the cash conveyor belt. You've probably heard the phrase, follow the money. Well, in Starmer's case, it's not so much a trail as a bloody motorway. Since taking over Labour, he's raked in millions, yes, millions, from private donors. And guess what? They're not your average union lads passing the hat around. Nah, these are hedge funders, venture capitalists, ex-Tory donors, affectionate media moguls like Lord Alli and the global consultancy crowd.
Breaking news.
A few top names? Sure. Try Trevor Chin, private road tycoon, Waheed Alli, media mogul and Labour peer, and the fellas behind Labour Together, a slick think tank fronting for high-end financiers and dominated by Lord Alli, unsurprisingly. Where would Starmer be without his biggest fan, Lord Alli? And it's not just Labour HQ. Starmer's own leadership campaign ran on elite fuel. Big checks, bundled money, silent hands pulling strings. Core blimey, they have made a dog's dinner out of no 10. If you're enjoying this content, may I cheekily implore you to subscribe and hit the like button. It makes a big difference to the YouTube algorithm and helps this channel get noticed. And tell your mates, cheers! Segment 2, the Lord and his purse strings. Let's talk about Lord Alli. This ain't just a case of a mate chucking a few quid into a campaign tin. Nah, we're looking at a financial bromance here. Since 2019, Alli's handed Labour over £600,000. And Starmer, dressed head to toe in £32,000 worth of Alli-bought suits, Savile Row style, originally labelled office costs, till the taxman had a peek.
Breaking news.
Then suddenly they're personal gifts, and boom, £53,000 in tax Starmer hadn't expected. There's more. Starmer was given the use and benefit of Lord Alli's 20,000 quid a month flat, so Starmer's lad could revise for exams in peace during the campaign. Cozy, innit? Not corruption, they say. Just generosity. But when your wardrobe and your kid's roof both come from the same bloke funding your politics, well, let's not be daft. And some of that money didn't come straight. It flowed through groups like Labour Together, which acts like a velvet glove for the iron fist of elite donors, private equity, international consultants, and philanthropic fronts with agendas longer than a train timetable. And these outfits, they've got skin in the game. Tech policy, media regulation, property, global contracts, all very interested in who's making the rules at number 10. Segment 3, pay-to-play policy. And here's where the rot sets in. Because Starmer doesn't just take the money, he dances to its tune. Example 1, the Chagos Islands betrayal and botch job. The UK suddenly backed handing them over, despite generations of Chagosians being exiled by force. Who benefits? International legal players, NGOs linked to Starmer's circles, and private groups eyeing future development or diplomatic gain. Bloody bonkers move that benefits the Chinese and shoots the UK and United States in the foot, further damaging the United Kingdom's recently tentative relationship with its closest trading partner. Example 2, Haver butchers at this Ukraine and rare earths deal Starmer made with the Ukraine days before Trump took office. Starmer's trip to Kiev wasn't about solidarity, it was a sales pitch, promising British money, British arms and British firms access to Ukrainian minerals. And who's on the board of those firms? Wouldn't you know it? Some of the same names that bankroll Labour. Core blimey. The deeper you dig, the clearer it gets. Starmer doesn't flip-flop on policy, he pivots for profit. His own inner circle have been gobsmacked by Starmer's cack-handed leadership. British soldiers are for sale, or so it would appear, as long as the military defence contractors are profiting from the Ukraine conflict. The British public is not permitted to know how many British soldiers' lives have been lost in the Ukrainian conflict. But one thing is for certain. Starmer has blood on his hands because when we Brits talk about boot sales, they are not supposed to come with the soldiers attached. Segment 4, silence is expensive. Now you might ask, where's the media? Where's the outrage? Ha! Same place as the watchdogs, muzzled, managed, or married to the machine. Starmer's crew knows how the game works. A few million here, a bit of PR there, and suddenly you're Mr. Integrity while stuffing your pockets under the table. And it ain't just Labour, but when the man running to be Prime Minister is already neck-deep in donors and won't even tell us who's whispering in his ear, we've got a problem. Final word, the receipt is the policy. So here's the truth. Starmer isn't corrupt because he took money. He's corrupt because once he took it, he changed. Policies softened, positions flipped, priorities got shuffled, and working-class Britain left holding the receipt for champagne promises they never ordered. This isn't a party of the people anymore, it's a party of the patrons. And Keir Starmer, he's their man. Politics used to be about ideas. Now it's about invoices. And in Starmer's Labour, the price of power is always paid in advance. Keep your eyes on Starmer. He has a way to fall, but it won't be long before he has to flog his residents to pay for legal fees. Ironic, isn't it? The man whose confidence blinded him will end up regarded as the worst Prime Minister in British history.